lining of a cow?
Drew Garabo live every day from 2 to 6 p.m. Real, raw radio on 102.5 The Bone. Now, back to the Mike Calta Show on 102.5 The Bone.
And Jenny in couples karaoke. I can say today that the one that my wife and I did, I sang it trying to top this and came nowhere near it.
I can tell you right now, my wife just texted me and said she's turning around.
No, come on now.
No, I'm kidding.
It's my favorite.
Yes.
My absolute favorite.
The amount of confidence displayed by both of you in that is just...
No, actually, if you listen to the Confidence by Galvin, which is worth listening to.
Honey, if I get restless, baby, you're not that kind.
And the fear in Jenny's voice.
Yeah.
Because Galvin was hitting her.
You can actually hear my hand on the back of her neck while she's singing.
He human trafficked her here. Galvin, we have news.
Yeah.
And then we have breaking news.
Oh, okay.
Let's do the news first.
Well, wouldn't breaking news go first?
No, I'm going to break into your news with breaking news.
With Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Michael D. Cohen. Is this on? Can you hear me? It
Loud
seems
and
very
clear.
okay. I think there's something wrong with my headphones. Michael D. Cohen, President Trump's longtime personal lawyer, said on Tuesday that he had paid $130,000 out of his own pocket to a pornographic film actress who had once claimed to have had an affair with Mr. Trump. Of course, we all know that's Stormy Daniels. Mr. Cohen, who worked as a counsel to the Trump Organization for more than a decade, said that he was not reimbursed for the payment. He declined to answer several follow-up questions, including whether Mr. Trump had been aware that Mr. Cohen had made the payment, why he made the payment, and whether he had made similar payments to other people over the years.
Yeah, this is a guy banged a porn star. We all know it, and I don't think there's. I would venture to say that in my lifetime, Barack Obama may be the first faithful president. There's no signs that he was. There were signs for every other president. There's been no signs or stories about Barack Obama.
Yeah,
Reagan? Do you think Reagan was getting some?
Well, Reagan was too old.
That's what I think.
Reagan was too old, and Carter too. Sorry,
Yeah.
Carter too. Carter wouldn't even think about another woman to consider that a sin.
Eisenhower?
No, in my lifetime.
in your
Yeah.
life, okay.
Well, he was a dreamboat.
Yeah. I believe, first of all, we know about Kennedy. I believe Nixon was probably even a little dastardly devil. Carter, no. I think Carter would not do anything. And then Reagan, I don't know. Reagan, I just think was too old and
Not as a president, but maybe as a younger guy because he's a big
he
actor.
was divorced, so,
Yeah.
and he was the actor. Then
HW.
HW and W both.
Yeah.
HW was a spy. I mean, he was a CIA guy. I mean, he knew what was going on. He was able to find hookers. Then the son, all the coke and all that stuff. And then Clinton, we know, was doing it right there in the White House, which I'm sure plenty of them have. And I don't think Obama.
Obama would just go out and have a smoke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or go play a pickup game of basketball.
Pickup game. That's what I see. Pickup game, and then he'd go back and he'd wake Michelle up and he'd be like, and he'd put on some like Luther Vandross or some old or some Barry White. He's like, you know what time it is. No, and then they'd get down in the White House.
He would go and play a pickup game of basketball and D-up guys, if you know what I mean. He'd be like, they'd be like, come on, Barack. Put it away.
Galvin, we have breaking news.
Oh, my God.
Actor Luke Wilson and golfer Bill Haas have been involved in a fatal car crash that has left one person dead. I don't know if that one person is Luke Wilson, Bill Haas, or the other person. Bill Haas, I guess, was in Legally Blonde. I don't know who he is. One person dead, 2 people injured. A car that Los Angeles Police Department said belonged to Luke Wilson. Luke Wilson's how old?
Luke Wilson is 48 years old.
Right? He's 46. He's our age. I feel like he should be a little older. He's the brother of Owen Wilson. The car was hit by a Ferrari just before the crash. The crash involved the Ferrari and a BMW in Pacific Palisades on 6:30. 6:30 was from 9:30 last night, our time. The driver of the Ferrari, in which 35-year-old Haas was traveling, was pronounced dead at the scene. Okay, so
that car is total.
So wait a second. So
Bill,
Luke Wilson.
You saying Bill Haas?
Yes.
He's a golfer.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Did you say actor?
Actor Luke Wilson and an actor from
Legally Blonde.
Oh, Legally Blonde actor Luke Wilson. Sorry. And golfer Bill Haas.
Oh, okay.
There you
I was
go.
very confused.
So they were in the car. Okay, so they weren't together. The Ferrari hit the BMW, and the person who was driving the Ferrari died, and Haas was in the Ferrari. Did I say that right?
Unfortunate.
I don't know. No.
The driver of the Ferrari, in which 35-year-old Haas was traveling, was pronounced dead at the scene, while the other 2 were taken to a nearby hospital.
Damn.
So the odds that 2 famous people hit each other, Bill Haas and Luke Wilson. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but is Bill Haas really famous? We don't even know who he is.
It's a golfer.
Yeah.
Oh, man. They showed a picture of the Ferrari. The front is smashed up, but it's caused the driver's side is just demolished.
So Luke Wilson is not dead?
Luke Wilson is not dead. In fact, his BMW is built like a tank. His whole front right end, her front left end, the driver's side is all tore up, but his driver's seat is completely intact. So the Ferrari hit Luke Wilson, and the driver of the Ferrari died, and then Bill Haas and Luke Wilson went to the hospital.
Does it say anything about them?
Sometimes breaking news facts come in slow.
Yeah.
Okay. What's that?
Are they? Does it say anything about their stay at the hospital, or it just says they went to the hospital?
They are both in serious condition.
Jesus.
Yeah. That's sad.
I love Luke
Yeah.
Wilson.
I love Luke Wilson too. And one time I got out of the cab and he was getting in the cab in New York, and I got out and he goes, "Oh, thanks." And I go, "Oh, Godfather," and he just laughed. It was just weird. You don't expect to get out of a car and just see a celebrity there.
After the incident at Donald Trump Jr.'s house, someone sent white powder to Barack Obama's office. It was just baby powder, so they're okay there. Meanwhile, there was a note with the package that was sent to Trump Jr., and authorities have revealed what it said. The letter said, quote, "You're an awful, awful person. I am surprised that your father lets you speak on TV. You, the family idiot. Eric looks smart." It continued by saying, "This is the reason why people hate you. You are getting what you deserve, so shut the F up."
Wow.
Yeah.
Brutal.
That guy is going to be in prison for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Do you care about anybody enough to do that?
No. Like, if you do, go up and smack him in the face or
Right.
something, you know?
And is it worth doing it with baby powder?
Yeah, because it wasn't even real poison. Right. I mean,
Right.
come on.
Like, if you're going to do it.
Just enough to scare them or
Yeah.
make them smell like a little baby.
Freak out. Well, it was cornstarch whenever they sent it to Trump Jr., and then the baby powder they sent to Obama.
Right.
So either way, yeah.
But, like, if you're going to go through that much trouble and you know you're going to get in this much trouble, then why not, you know?
Yeah.
So, and in the early 2000s, after 9/11, we had, and then they had the anthrax scare.
Yeah.
We had, when I worked at CBS, a lady who would have to go and wear a mask and gloves and go in another room and open up all the mail. And she'd have to go through everybody's mail. And we really contemplated sending ourselves anthrax. Not anthrax, but powder.
God.
Well, because anybody that got powder was making the news. So we were like, let's send ourselves some powder somewhere.
Yeah.
But we voted against it. Now, that same woman, however, what was her name? Fran, I think? Faye. Oh, Faye. Faye, I ordered my wife a giant shark's tooth because she likes sharks for Christmas one year. And I had it shipped to the radio station, so she didn't get it in the mail. And it showed shipped that it came to the station. So I went down to Faye, and I was like, did I get a package? And she's like, oh, yeah. I go, well, I didn't get it. And she goes, well, you snooze, you lose. And I go, well, what
That's not the rules.
What does that
in
mean?
mail.
You're opening my mail. I didn't ask you to. And then I had to make Ashton go look in the dumpster, and he found it in the dumpster.
She threw it away?
Threw it away.
Why?
because she's a moron.
How many things do you think she threw away before that you weren't tracking?
Exactly.
You could have a whole mouthful of shark's teeth.
Oh my god.
The best is if she would have had it in her mouth. What? Nope, nothing came. Just a big shark tooth. I don't even know what you're talking about. Shaun White won his third Olympic gold medal yesterday in the men's halfpipe. He was behind Japan's Amuhu Harano. Yeah, that's how you say it. On the last run, but he scored a 97.75 to take back first place. He also won this event in 2006, 2010, and 2014. Or no, before missing the podium in 2014.
Who beats him? What do you think he just
Nobody
doesn't care anymore?
We have his run up on Bone TV. Check this out. Here
It was
we go.
amazing.
Shaun White, the biggest run of his life right now.
What's his first jump?
For the gold. 1440. He needs the back-to-backs to take down Ayumu. And gets it. The second 1440. Double McTwist 1260. Shaun White, one more hit. With frontside 12. Perfect. That is the run that he needed. And he put it down.
And the score's in. It's the return of the king in the men's halfpipe.
Shaun White takes the gold.
Shaun White learned how to fly.
I love when they do that, when they do a run and they know I just won.
Yeah,
like there's no denying it. I won the gold. So
But what if he didn't?
oh, he
Then they have to investigate the judges.
yeah.
Okay.
He let me tell you, he just learned how to fly is what he did. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I heard he threw his helmet into the crowd at the end. You see that?
Yeah.
And he had to go get it back.
Yeah,
Because he only
like,
has
give me
3
that.
helmets. Hey, Jeff, you're on the Mike Calta Show. Hello.
Hello, how are you guys?
Yeah, good.
Good. No, I was just calling. I wanted to let you guys know Bill Haas did not die in the crash. It was a 71-year-old male that was driving the Ferrari. Bill Haas was the passenger of that Ferrari.
Right, that's what he said. He was a passenger. But who's 71 years old is driving Bill Haas around?
Too old for a Ferrari.
That's a good question. Probably shouldn't be.
That's like, hey, Dad, you want to drive my Ferrari? Or Grandpa, you want to drive my Ferrari?
Yeah.
All right, thank you,
We
sir.
can't leave the neighborhood, and you can't go over 40.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a guy from Minnesota who says his name is Noah, and he traveled back from the year 2030. So that's 12 years in the future.
I believe it.
Here's the crazy thing about it. He just passed a lie detector test about it. Yeah. Here's some of the things that he says are going to happen over the next decade. He says President Trump will be reelected in 2020.
What?
He said
Fake news.
He said some forms of cancer are cured by 2030. He said artificial intelligence becomes huge by 2021, and a device that looks like those Google glasses become very popular. He said Bitcoin is much more common than it is now. Electric cars can go 600 miles on one charge. Phones will keep getting bigger. Humans travel to Mars in 2028. And finally, time travel becomes possible in 2028. We have some video and some audio. They have his face pixelated and blurred.
Why?
And they have his voice changed because he doesn't want people to know. He doesn't want to change the ripple of time. Here we go. Check this out.
Can you tell us for a
young.
100% fact if you're telling the truth?
Yes, for 100% fact, I am telling the truth. I am not a liar. I am a time traveler from the year 2030.
Do you swear to God?
I swear to God.
It's inevitable that we're going to get a lot of feedback from this video of people saying that you're not telling the truth. And again, I don't want to give my opinion because I don't want to influence anybody who's watching this opinion. But
Fake.
What do you say to all the skeptics out there who don't believe what you're saying?
I can see where you guys are coming from, and I believe, you guys have a point. But, Michael, the reason why I keep arguing with you guys is, just eventually, maybe you guys might believe me. Maybe. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to get as much as people to, aware of the fact that the government's lying to.
Completely fake.
Yeah, but
completely. First of all, he's still wearing an Abercrombie shirt in 2030 that didn't have any change in style or fashion.
You're still wearing a Nautica shirt right now.
I am not fashion sense.
Burn.
Oh,
you just got time traveled.
Wait a second. This is nothing more than 2 high school kids making a video.
Yeah.
And the guy had a blood pressure cuff on.
Yeah.
He didn't have a lie detector thing.
Well, lie detector, of course, it's not a be-all, end-all, but,
But
I don't know.
Don't lie detectors not ding and say true or false? Don't you have to like interpret the
waves
things after the fact or whatever?
I don't know what that dinging was.
I think they are showing, they had recorded this and then they put the effects in after to show the questions. Ding, that was true, that rang true.
And who did this video, does it say? Where is this kid?
His buddy Kevin. I don't know.
He traveled back to the future, obviously, because he swore to God that he was a time traveler.
By the way, did you hear him like kind of stutter on that? Do you swear to God? He was like, yeah, okay, I swear to God. Like, I don't know how that's still a thing. They do that in court. Put your hand on the Bible. Okay, what if you don't believe any of that stuff? I'm just going to lie.
Yeah, I know, but even I don't believe any of it, but in the back of my mind, I still don't want I don't want to be in hell.
Oh, okay, so, hey, did you murder those 5 people? Which, yeah, I totally murdered those 5 people. Oh, I put my hand on the Bible. I got to tell the truth. Because I'll commit murder, but I'm not going to lie.
If you say you're sorry, then you get to still go to heaven.
Yeah, you can say sorry afterwards. Hey, sorry, I just said I didn't believe you.
You should have brought something for the future, like a sports almanac or something like that.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah, that's true. When you time travel, you're not allowed to take anything with you because anything, a newspaper from that day, well, I guess I probably won't have newspapers, something from the future would be nice.
And I don't feel like any of those predictions are all that groundbreaking. It's all pretty straightforward. Electric cars will be better. Space program's going. Medicine's getting better.
We'll see.
Cool. Great.
We'll see.
What's this kid do? He couldn't get a good haircut for the video. I don't know.
He's only 12 years in the future.
Completely fake.
He's not coming from the year 5000.
Completely fake.
Cops in Pittsburgh responded to a report of a suspicious vehicle last Friday and found a 61-year-old church pastor inside with a naked dude who was tied up with a rope. It sounds like there was some sort of sex thing going on. The other guy says it was consensual, but the pastor claims that it was completely innocent and he was just, quote, counseling the guy. We actually have some audio and video from the news report here. Check this out. This is pretty good.
Can you tell us for
I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. Here we go.
I have nothing to hide. I did nothing wrong.
According to a criminal complaint, police say they found Gregory and another man in a car on Beachland Street, a public street with several homes in plain view. Inside, police say they spotted a man in the front seat completely naked and bound with nylon rope. Police say Gregory was in the back seat. When police asked him what was going on, they say he told them, quote, "We were just playing." Gregory says police have it all wrong.
I was counseling a young man with a drug problem.
Counseling.
Okay.
Listen.
And it did turn strange, but it wasn't my doing. Okay. And I was adamant that I'm not participating in that way.
I love it. They have him on his front porch and the screen door is shut with the glass and his wife's just staring at him like, Gregory, you did it again.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. That is
so you tied the guy up?
That is a long pause for him. He's like, it's not what it seems.
But
Okay?
like, why go on camera and try to explain yourself?
Because
like, you look guilty.
Yeah, but because he thinks he can beat it. He thinks, he's just counseling.
Probably a narcissist that thinks he can get out of it.
Yeah.
Or it's his wife being like, you get out there and you tell these people.
Yeah, she looks thrilled.
Or what if the guy is innocent? What if he's like, I'm counseling this guy, and then all of a sudden he gets taking his clothes off, and I'm like, hey, slow it down, buddy.
That
But then
pause
say
makes
that.
you guilty.
Then say that, right? Say, you know.
I mean, he did in a way.
Listen, I understand it got weird, but I was not involved. The police in England went to a woman's house on Monday after she skipped a court appearance, and she tried to hide from them by a very, I don't know, not a great way to hide from them. It had to do with a laundry hamper. We have a picture up on Bone TV. The cops took a picture of her standing there, and she has... Go ahead, Joey, whenever you're ready. There you go.
Oh, yeah. How do you know she's in that picture?
She put the laundry hamper over her head, but of course you can see her completely, her whole body and stuff.
Have you seen those ones where it's on Facebook where it's like how rednecks hide from the cops and they have the long like silver tubing and they go up?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
Cops arrested her, by the way. They found her. Yeah.
Little kids are the best. When little kids hide, they just go like this. They close their eyes. They just stay there, and as long as they can't see you, they think they're hidden.
A 40-year-old guy in Washington State got tased and arrested on Sunday after he got into a fender bender, pulled a gun, made racist comments, and then punched a cop. He was driving a Camaro with the vanity license plate that read, we have it up on Bone TV, Dirtbag. Yeah, pretty much telling everybody what you're going to get there. If you go and pay extra money to have a license plate that says dirtbag, you know stuff's not going well in your life.
I want to hang out with that guy.
Yeah.
You're regularly getting tased with that.
Oh, absolutely. He's one of those guys that goes, go ahead, tase me. It's not like I haven't been tased before. 3 teenagers in Nebraska decided to test out an old flak jacket from Vietnam on Saturday by shooting it while one of them had it on. Luckily for them, the flak jacket was still capable of stopping a bullet, but not the one that missed the flak jacket and shot one of them in the buttocks. Yeah, just like old Forrest Gump.
Do you have any news about John Cena, Pasco County's most famous resident?
I do not.
Too?
No.
John Cena is being sued by Ford.
Okay.
Ford
I
sold
know
him.
about this. We had talked about this before.
We did, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's some new news here.
Because he called Pete about it.
Yeah, it was the limited edition Ford GT.
Yeah, they're
647 horsepower. They'd given one to Cena and a couple other people.
I don't even think they gave it.
No,
to him.
he bought it.
Yeah,
I mean, as far as only a few people have it. Cena, Justin Verlander, Joey Logano. There's only a few people that actually have it, and then Cena flipped it and sold it for a profit, and then Ford sued him and said you can't do that.
Right.
Because it was in the contract of like.
But he's saying no now. That's the new news. He's saying that he has the contract, and it doesn't say anything about a 24-month no-sale clause. So he said Ford screwed up by not putting the sale restriction in the final binding contract, and he shouldn't have to be punished. So he's fighting back against Ford now.
For him.
By the way,
he's a fighter.
When you said he flipped it, you meant he sold it for more money, not that
Yes,
he flipped it.
he sold it.
Yeah.
Now, do I like John Cena or not? Because he doesn't like me, and he is not only does he not like me, but also he popped me out of first and then out of second for most famous in Pasco County.
But you do still like him.
I do.
Yeah.
We saw him the other day where we were driving.
Yeah.
He's got like a beater Jeep that he drives around with no doors and no roof on it so you could see it.
Right.
And he pulled across from us, and I looked at my wife. I go, oh, yeah. What? I don't know. It's John Cena.
John Cena has no bearing on my life.
Oh,
whether
man.
he was here or not makes no difference to me.
Listen, you don't know the work that John Cena does behind this.
No, I think he does a lot of great stuff.
No, I'm not just talking about his stuff with kids. He is a hero. He's fighting. When he's not wrestling, he wrestles on SmackDown, Raw on Monday, SmackDown on Tuesday, and then they just send him out to other countries. That's why other countries fear us.
The Marine was actually a documentary.
That's right.
Yeah.
I have to tell you on a serious note, though, you know he's done more Make-A-Wish than anybody else.
Yes.
He was wrestling Monday night, wrestled a full-on match. So it's all ridiculous. You think of how many times he's done the same BS match over and over again. But it was him and The Miz, and ended really good. Cena wins, and the first thing he does is immediately jump out of the ring, hop over a wall, and he goes over to some kid that's in a wheelchair sitting on the side there, and didn't just like pat him on the head, went over, talked to him, gave him his wristband, and I thought, that's a guy who is truly grateful for what he has.
Yeah.
And that he still does that stuff. I couldn't do it because I don't think I can carry the weight of those troubled children on me all day. Like, I'd go home and I'd be like, oh, that poor kid. And he doesn't make a wish, and then they follow up and they're like, hey, little Billy died.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
why do I have to know these things?
Yeah. The funniest thing, I've never really been into wrestling and stuff, but my buddy Kevin was into wrestling, so we went and saw wrestling when I lived up there, and we saw it in Pensacola, and we got to meet some of the wrestlers and stuff, and they said, we're going to have one of the wrestlers come back, and they'll take you back and show you some of the other people. And the guy who came back was John Cena, and we're like, who's John Cena? This is, way back before he was, like, huge, popular, I thought we were getting The Rock or something.
Yeah. Then
John
you
Cena.
save your autograph because one day it's worth something.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping my Heath Slater autograph comes around one day.
Who is Heath Slater?
Exactly.
All right.
He's the guy they brought back to meet my kids one day.
Jerry Seinfeld was on Ellen yesterday, and Ellen asked him if there was a possibility of a Seinfeld reboot. This is what Jerry had to say about that. We have some video on Bone TV. Check this out.
So let's talk. So all these sitcoms are having a resurgence. So Roseanne's doing it. I heard Murphy Brown. Is that really true? Murphy Brown's doing it.
Murphy Brown and Candace Bergen is coming back.
Yes. Yes.
See, and I think I know where you're going with this.
I think you
Why
do.
don't you finish it?
Well, do you think, Jerry, there would be a possibility that Seinfeld would come back?
It's possible.
Crazy.
Wow. You're hilarious, and I had so much fun
But she
spending the day
ends
with
it.
you
She
that
doesn't
day.
follow
It's
up.
called
When
Comedians
or-
in Cars Getting Coffee. It's available now on Netflix. Check it out.
How do you not follow up?
Maybe she did and they edited it out.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it looked like it just ended abruptly.
Yeah. It's possible. Okay, well, let's have some more information.
Not cool, Jerry.
Let me just tell you, I would want Larry David on that show.
Yeah.
I know it would disrupt the dynamic, but I'd need to see him. I'd want him on the show all the time.
You just want more Curb then?
Yeah.
No,
so
I want.
good.
Did you watch this last season of Curb?
A couple episodes.
It was great.
It was great. It's
Yeah.
always great. But the thing is that now we know Larry David, and we know his relationship with Seinfeld.
So we don't need George? Get rid of George?
No, we need George, but
Keep
we don't
George
need
in there?
George as Larry David. We need George as George, and then we need to have Larry be a separate thing.
Yeah.
Like George.
Well, it was interesting when they had the Seinfeld cast on Curb. You know,
Yeah.
they did that whole thing and stuff. So,
and now that you know Larry, how great was George's interpretation of Larry?
oh, great,
Oh, yeah.
great. How great was Jeremy Piven's interpretation of George's interpretation of Larry David whenever he played him in the TV show?
Now, do you want like Seinfeld to come back as it was, or do you want it to be like a behind the scenes thing of it?
No,
like,
as it was.
I'm telling you right now, Seinfeld doesn't come back.
No,
I think they do a 1 or like a 3 episode thing. I don't think they do a
on
full
Netflix
season of
or
anything.
something?
Yeah,
I don't
know.
No, they'll definitely do it at NBC.
What did
He
they do
owes
with
everything to
Kramer?
NBC.
Did they bring back Kramer too?
Oh,
I don't-
Yeah, of course they do.
No, you
Just
of
waiting
course.
He's
for him.
over
He
it.
died.
Yeah.
It's funny now. Do you watch any of the reruns? Every time he pops in that door, I'm just waiting for him to yell the N-word. I'm like, don't do it, Kramer. Don't do it. You're going to ruin it. Speaking of comedians, comedian Marty Allen died in Las Vegas on Monday night.
I assumed he was dead.
Yeah, Marty
Allen.
Allen was 95 years old. Most people would
Ugly.
remember him from Hollywood Squares. Yeah, with the weird hair. We have a picture of him up on Bone TV there.
Yeah.
There's Marty Allen.
That's
Yeah.
a good picture of him.
95 years old. Nobody got any points for that.
Gary Spivey here.
Police arrested a guy who traveled from Milwaukee to L.A. to be with Miley Cyrus. And it's a good thing that they arrested him because he had some crazy stuff to say on Facebook before he made the trip. He said, quote, "I got your address like you insisted. I know which way to enter, and thank you for getting rid of Liam. For those who are not Freemasons, you will never understand. This is how we fall in love. I don't need medication." He also talked about having to complete the, quote, most horrific act in order to, quote, create a new world. Someone in Milwaukee reported this stuff to local police, so they called LAPD. The man is now being held for psychological evaluation.
But what if he is more legit than the guy from the future?
Yeah,
What if he's right? We don't understand it. We're not. What are they? Knights of Columbus? Freemasons.
Freemasons, yeah.
What are they? Freemasons, and they know something we don't know.
Yeah.
That's how you fall in love. I just point to a Penelope Cruz, and I say, "You insisted.
You got to do this now.
You gave me your address."
A judge threw out a $60 million lawsuit filed against Steve Harvey by a second ex-wife. She claimed the bitter divorce in 2005 destroyed her soul, among other things. But the judge threw it out because she had a terrible lawyer, I guess, or did this herself, filed it in California, but their divorce was settled in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also in 2005.
Yeah.
Oh, so now he's super rich. Now
Yeah,
he
right.
more money.
Now he's got 15 jobs. She wants some of that cash. The people who bought the murder house from the first season of American Horror Story are suing the realtors and the previous owners. They claim they were never told the house was a tourist attraction, and now they're constantly being bugged by fans of the show.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, you should know.
You should know.
You may
and they have
Google
to disclose it on the.
No, it's not a real murder house.
No, but they have to disclose what it was. I would assume. I don't know.
Well, they would have to put that this was in a sitcom or like, you know what I mean? Like this was in a
I don't know if
TV
they
show.
would.
Do they?
That has to be disclosed.
Why?
Why?
Because of this reason why they're having the trouble with it now. Because people are coming by. Plus, you want to know if there was a film crew and they created a murder in here, a fake murder. I don't know. That's
Yeah, well, they have to let you know if there was a real murder.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether they necessarily have to let you know if there was a TV show. Like, that's not a thing. Was that written into law? Like, it became a thing now.
this house that I'm moving into.
Yeah.
Murder house?
Real murder and a movie murder.
Oh, my
yeah.
God.
Double whammy. Yeah.
Amanda and I were looking at the house, and the house was in our price range, and everything was good. And I whispered to her while they were giving us a tour, if I found out a family was murdered here, we're still buying this house.
Yeah.
Nice.
But not
No
to let
problem
that
with
stop
the
me at
murder
all.
house.
You guys clean it up? We're good.
Yeah.
By the way, keep acting up like that. It'll be
That's
a
right.
murder house.
Murder house.
Judge tossed out 3LW's lawsuit. Do you know who they are?
They are a girl group, 3LW,
Yeah.
yeah.
They had a lawsuit against Taylor Swift. They came at T-Swizzle. They said that she stole her Players Gonna Play and Haters Gonna Hate lyrics and Shake It Off from their song, Players Gonna Play.
Oh.
The judge did not agree.
Poor 3LW. All that money wasted on a lawsuit.
Bristol Palin and her husband Dakota Meyer are getting a divorce. To get a divorce in Alaska, you go into the woods, fire a shotgun 3 times, and kick a moose. I don't know.
Divorce.
Yeah. I think it's something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure. Peyton Manning will be the honorary pace car at the pace car driver at the next Indy 500.
I never got any of that.
Is he going to fit into a car? Is his giant forehead going to fit in a car or not?
I don't even know what the pace car does.
Sets the pace, right?
Yeah, I get that. But
I don't think it
what?
sets the pace. I think it just does like an honorary.
At that
like,
40
hey,
mile an
everybody
hour.
follow me, and then go, go, go.
But what's a real pace car do?
I don't think they have pace cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I think
If
it's
there's a crash?
if there's
No,
an
don't-
accident, then you have to like line up
Oh,
to make
okay.
sure no
Follow the
one.
pace car.
Yeah.
And-
Stay at that
Yeah.
speed,
Well, 'cause
whatever.
That's your position in the race.
Right.
I mean, I know they have pacers in like running, like in marathons. If you want to run a 3-hour marathon, follow this guy. He's running at a 3-hour pace,
Right.
Which I'm not following that guy. But you know, they go 4
He's
hours,
following
whatever,
me.
doing that stuff. But yeah, I don't know, pace car. Who knows? I know that Corvette had the 25th anniversary Corvette was a pace car
That's pretty cool.
thing that they
Who
put out.
buys
Why? Who
that?
cares?
Yeah, who would get that?
You know who
people?
cares? People that meet in the Denny's parking lot and with their hood up and go,
Absolutely.
K&M
Yeah.
spoiler. I don't even know what.
1,000 horsepower.
I would totally go to one of those. Like
Yeah.
those cars and coffee things.
Okay.
Roll up in my Hummer, pop the hood, be like, "What's up, custom interior?" I don't know. I just want to hang out and talk to other car people about my car.
Well, talk to Ashton.
No thanks.
May let you in one of his meets, I guess. Chris Rock's first stand-up special in 10 years is on Netflix today, and he is getting paid much more than Monique. You'll be excited about this. In addition to the upcoming Sons of Anarchy spin-off, did you know about that?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Mayans Motorcycle Club,
Yeah.
Mayans MC, their series.
doesn't
There
interest
may
me.
also be a prequel series.
That was what I've been saying from the start.
Well, I guess they heard you. So that may
listen,
happen.
the whole story is they came back from Vietnam, and that's when they created the biker club gang, whatever you want to call it. And then there was the betrayal of where they killed Jax's father. I mean, that's the story right there.
Save it for the prequel. I don't need to
Sorry.
know about it right now. The card game Uno that came out in 1971 hasn't really changed or evolved or anything. But
Because it's amazing.
Mattel just announced they're finally coming out with a sequel to Uno called
Dose.
Dose. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty similar to it. So it's going to be on sale March 4th at Target and will sell for $6 whole.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What do you
love
do
Uno.
with Dose?
I don't know.
Same as Uno, right? Or
No, I
similar?
bet there's
do-
probably like more.
Double
Wild.
Uno.
Yeah,
Draw
like
4.
pick up 10 or you know what I mean.
Oh,
like
yeah.
they have more punishment cards.
Yeah.
This
That's
is
a
just
thing.
another example of big game trying to push their Hispanic agenda on us.
Right.
Trump was going to put an end to that.
Finally, in news, researchers studied what music people listen to on Spotify and found that basically we gravitate toward music, the actual songs that were popular when we were in middle school and high school. They found the average woman's musical taste get locked in between the ages of 11 and 14, and the average man's tastes are finalized between 13 and 16. Then you have another quick period in your early 20s where your tastes grow a little bit, but it's only for a little while there. They said their best example they found was Creep by Radiohead. It's the 164th most popular song for men who are 38 right now, but it's nowhere near the top 300 for any 10 years younger or 10 years older.
No,
It's
that's
a terrible
interesting.
song, and Radiohead's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, how dare you.
Radiohead is terrible, but that's an okay song.
I like
And that's
Radiohead.
their most popular song,
Yeah.
and they don't play it. Yeah.
But I listen to stuff because you're like, oh, when's the last time you heard this song? Not because you want to listen to that all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Go
mean,
out
I
and search
listen.
stuff.
I listen to so much stuff though, because I listen to a lot of new music. You listen to a lot of new like pop stuff.
Yeah, but I don't. I listen to the radio for that. If I go to Spotify, I go deep into old school Warrant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's so. Yesterday I had Alexa on
Right.
in the front of my house. What's that?
Is there new school warrants?
No, because he's dead.
Yeah, there's Dead School Warrant.
Yeah. we had a lady coming over to take pictures of the house, and the house is nice and clean, and I put classical music on. So it was on like 3, and it was low in the background, and I go outside. I had to move the cars out of the driveway, and my wife's out there moving her car, and the classical music was on. My daughter sees we leave the house. She's outside with the nanny. They go back inside the house. Next thing you know, my wife walks in, and I hear them screaming. I hear Bruno Mars blasting on 10. I mean, I had the Mozart on 3. And when my daughter went in there, she made it play Bruno Mars at 10. And all I hear is my wife trying to yell at Alexa to stop. My daughter's dancing and singing. I can hear her blasting, and I hear Amanda going, Alexa, stop! Stop! Oh, it was great. It was great. The frustration.
Every time I listen to classical music, I think that I should be murdering someone.
What?
Doesn't it sound like a soundtrack to murder?
No.
Oh, it totally does. Totally does.
I feel like I should be eating cheese when I listen to classical music.
I love classical
Let me
music.
find some stuff here. Let me find some stuff here for you that I have in my...
Moonlight Sonata. That's a good one for murder.
Where do I have? No, I have...
What do you have, a folder to kill people, dude?
Yeah, I have a playlist. But like...
murder by...
All right, well, this is opera.
Right.
This is you tying somebody to a railroad track.
Here, listen. No, that's not good.
Perfect. This is it. Yeah, this
Right?
is perfect murder
No,
music.
that's suicide.
No, this is murder.
Just looking in their face.
There's a lot of Hannibal
Shut
Lecter
them
tied
out.
to this.
Yeah. And then if you want to...
Like you should be talking to them about what you're going to do to them while this is on. First, I will slice your eyeball out.
I'll remove your spleen.
Stick it in your mouth.
If you want to escape from prison, you can always put this on. That is it for news.
All right. I don't know who that lady was.
I guess you could say I liked Andy from the start.
I got a thing from Touch of Modern yesterday.
Yeah.
Signed Shawshank poster by
Morgan Freeman and Tim Robbins
and a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
And it was only like $1,600.
Oh, well. Their birthday's in November. Today's Valentine's
That's
Day.
about to be as long as it takes to get that to you, so order it now.
Yeah, that's their one downside. They take forever. All right, it is Valentine's Day. We've got couples karaoke. If you want to know what that sounds like, I can give you a little bit of Galvin and Jenny's couples karaoke. Jenny, this is still my favorite ever. This is one of the best things, and mostly I like the fact that Jenny was forced to sing.
Don't go breaking my heart.
Galvin all jovial.
I couldn't if I tried. Only if I get restless. Baby, you're not that kind.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. We've got me and my wife. We've got Galvin and Jenny with a new offering. We have Spanish and Pep Pep. And we have Carmen and Blaine all doing songs together. We will debut those next, and then we'll roll into the Not So Newlywed Game, hosted by our friend Steve Moonshine Miller. It'll come up our karaoke. Who wants to go first? Any volunteers?
I'll go first.
Oh.
All right.
All right. You guys must be very confident.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll go second.
Absolutely.
How about that?
Yeah.
Man, maybe I should have won first.
I say you can just delete mine. We don't have to play it.
You just do yours now?
What?
Oh, you're terrible.
Listen, we live the farthest away.
No.
Yes, we do.
No.
You have a home studio.
Yes.
Only two. Okay.
That still doesn't change our geographical positions.
All right. Well, we live the farthest away for people who had to come in here to do their karaoke.
Did you guys come in here like 4 o'clock and do it?
No, I did mine yesterday. He did it today, and I did some master editing.
Oh, because we all know what a master editor you are.
Yep.
I changed my mind. Carmen's going first. We'll play that next.
The Mike Calta Show on 102.5 The Bone. Now, another traffic update.
Brought to you by Florida Hospital. They finally cleared